What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Doc Leesner here, the podcast beast, here for Friday, September 3rd for Debate Amongst Friends Friday edition. That's right, you're going to hear this at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Doing it solo today. Prof had to take the day off, which is completely fine. That podcasting machine sometimes needs a break to lubricate the wheels. But he'll be back here hopefully on Monday so we can get back to the reads that you're so used to. But really quickly here, the Bucs my Tampa Bay Buccaneers have announced that they are the second team in the NFL to reach 100% vaccinated rate. The Atlanta Falcons actually were the first team to announce that they had been fully vaccinated. The Bucs become the second. There were many players who obviously opted out. They didn't want to do the testing that we mentioned a couple of days ago every single day, which it seems as though the NBA might take that same approach. But I know several players were against getting the vaccine, but for the greater good of the team, they decided to do it. So it wasn't even really about themselves. It was for the greater good of the team. So you have to definitely respect that. I know for one person in general who was really, really against it, Leonard Fournette. He was definitely against getting the vaccine. But at the end of the day, it's an 18-week schedule. Unvaccinated players will remain subject to daily testing. And at this point, it seems as though players just want to kind of move on and also care about their teammates. Not saying that if you're unvaccinated, you don't care about your teammates, but at this particular point, it's best to try to remove as many distractions as possible. And we already know that the vaccine doesn't protect you 100% from COVID. I know that that's one of the things that a lot of people say, but apparently it makes the opportunity, if you do get COVID, it lessens the blow of the previous strand, and hopefully it can do the same with the Delta variant. But the Buccaneers become the second team to have 100% vaccinated rate. And of course, the NFL released their league-wide, which I believe they said was 94%, I believe it was, which we kind of call BS. If there's only two teams at 100, there might be a few between 95 and 100, but I highly doubt that number is skewed. So we might have to wait for that. But congrats to the Bucs. Hopefully it turns into a successful season for them, being that they came together on this accord. Also, NCAA is back. Speaking of COVID and going through a different protocol, I almost had the privilege of going out to watch the NC State game versus South Florida last night. Unfortunately, I have practice on Tuesdays and Thursdays with the ladies of the Gridiron Gang. If you heard last Friday, I coach flag football here in Raleigh, Durham area of North Carolina. Gridiron Gang, we play on Sundays at Briar Creek if you are in the area. And it was a great interview. It was a great opportunity to talk about my girls. It was a great opportunity to talk about flag football as a whole, which is very, very exciting. But as exciting as flag football is, college football is as exciting as well. NC State destroyed South Florida 45-0. Obviously, again, I was at practice, so I didn't get a chance to watch it. But Devin Leary, 17 for 26, 232 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. But it looks as though the Wolfpack stayed on the ground. Zonovan Knight, 16 carries, 163 yards, and Ricky Pearson Jr., 16 carries, 105 yards. So the local state boys brought it home. I'm definitely looking to get to one of those dates, as it would it would be awesome to see some of these North Carolina teams play. UC Davis, East Carolina, obviously Duke, North Carolina, even some of the other schools like North Carolina Central. I think at least one time this year, I'm going to try to get to one of these college football games. But yeah, this is the weekend that college football returns. Today, we actually have UNC playing Virginia Tech, Duke playing Charlotte, Old Dominion playing Wake Forest, Kansas and South Dakota. Looks like there's going to be a host of games that are going to be played today and, of course, tomorrow and through the weekend. So definitely keep up with your favorite team. I'm hoping that they have a successful season. I'm really looking forward to seeing some of the younger players play, as well as some of the more experienced players play. Obviously, every year we look to see who is going to be that player where we see the maturation process take the next level. Someone like Spencer Rattler, Bryce Young at Alabama, JT Daniels at Georgia. These are the guys that we're looking to see go to the next level. Obviously, the Heisman odds are out. Spencer Rattler currently leads with Clemson, Alabama, and Georgia quarterbacks following. The person with the lowest chances right now, based on this particular website, sportsnaut.com, which is, again, just something that I found. Brian Robertson Jr. at Alabama has the lowest, but I believe that somebody's going to come up out of nowhere and just shock the system here. I love how there's no wide receivers, there's no defensive players. It's all quarterbacks and pretty much two running backs. So I'm interested to see exactly what happens and how this comes about. So we'll have to wait and see. But college football is back, and hopefully it's better than ever. Now, I did see NBA news, I did see that there was a trade between the Celtics and the Grizzlies, but I'm not 100% sure if that is actually confirmed just yet. Obviously, there's going to be more trades that are going to happen, but the way that the trade is trending, it looks like Woj is saying that Juancho Hernan Gomez, who is with the Grizzlies, and we talked about him and his ability that we saw in the Olympics, is being traded to the Celtics, who are sending Chris Dunn and Carson Edwards to the Grizzlies. So the Grizzlies do seem to be getting younger. Obviously, they let Rondo go, they let Patrick Beverley go, and now they're bringing in two different guards. So I'm interested to see what their strategy is. It look like they're just making a lot of swaps, a lot of trades. I was very excited about Carson Edwards coming out of college. If you remember, Carson Edwards was pretty much lighting it up from behind the arc at Purdue, and I don't know if he ever really got a chance to really play in Boston the way he played at Purdue. But then again, a lot of people don't get that opportunity. But for the Celtics, last year at least, he did average about almost 9 minutes per game, 4 points, almost one rebound per game. So he didn't get a lot of playing time. Hopefully, with Grayson Allen leaving the Grizzlies, amongst others, maybe Carson Edwards and Chris Dunn, who also used to play well in Chicago. Hopefully this can be an opportunity for them to re-energize or just a good restart. I think a lot of teams are starting to jock for positions and build their depth. And I think behind Ja Morant, Chris Dunn, and Carson Edwards, that's a pretty good start. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, just a quick episode here on Friday, September 3rd, before Labor Day. I hope you all have a safe and happy Labor Day. Catch the deals, catch the sales if you need to, as well as I know a lot of people like to grill safe, drink responsibly, and have fun. But I know you heard this podcast on your favorite podcast platform. If you didn't, you can always go to our website at www.debateamongstfriends.com to listen to this episode as well as all of the previous. Be sure to tune in next week as we go over the news, the analysis,